Hi, welcome to Let's Talk About Love's Stories from Everywhere. I'm your host, Jill Ferguson, and today I have Kate Perez with me, who I've known since the early 1990s, I believe,
I guess.
when we were undergrads together. And I'm so happy that she has joined me on the show. You've lived around a lot of different places, right? So tell me what state you're in now.
I'm in North Carolina in Huntersville, which is a little bit north of Charlotte.
Okay. And do you like it there?
I do. I like it. Yeah, Charlotte's a great place. There's just so much to do here, and there's so many places you can get so quickly. Yeah, and my grandchildren are here.
And so is that why you came there, or how did you end up there in North
Yes,
Carolina? Because we're both from Pennsylvania, right?
yes. Yeah, from Pittsburgh area. And then I had moved to San Diego, and then down to Pawleys Island, then to Myrtle Beach, and then to Charlotte. But yeah, I came back to Charlotte because, this kind of wraps it all up into a circle, because I wanted to be closer to my grandchildren because I was very close with my grandmother. And my kids were very close with my grandmother, their great grandmother. And I wanted to be a part of their lives. And they were already getting to be, a few years old and wanted to be here.
So you relocated specifically to be Grandma Kate or Grandma Katie?
Yes.
Or what did they call you?
They call me Grandma. But also because Myrtle Beach, where I was living, there weren't very many options for dating. So it was kind of, I had some other ulterior motives too.
So how did that work out for you, moving somewhere else?
That was great. I went on eHarmony because a neighbor had recommended it, and I had been on it before. I was married 14 years, divorced about 32, and
it's a long time to be divorced.
Yeah, long time.
Yeah.
And it took a while, for me to be over and process the things that I went through in my marriage that didn't work out, kind of learn more about myself. And the biggest thing that I found was that I was always looking for red flags.
Oh,
always.
Okay.
Red flags. So I would, go out with someone and, I'm not talking red flags like they didn't have a nice enough car. I'm talking red flags of things that I didn't think were going to work out. And those are good to look for, but you also have to look for green flags.
So wait, is the red flags, are you calling red flags things like these don't seem like they align with my values? Or is it, I'm not attracted to you, so that might be a red flag? Or what kind of red flags are we talking about?
It could be, someone who was a little more controlling than I was willing to accept. It could be,
which is interesting to discern on a first couple dates. But if you can discern that on a first or second date, then that's like, ooh, okay.
Well, it could be months into it too.
Yeah.
I dated, I don't want to sound like I was a serial dater. Kind of go through periods where you dated and then, maybe had a couple month relationship or even a year or two. And then, that didn't work out. So you go with something else. But I just noticed that I was always looking for a reason that it wouldn't work out as opposed to a reason that it could. Mm-hmm. And, as you know, I studied hypnosis. I know that what we look for, we get. Whatever we're seeing around us, what we're focusing on is what we're going to see. So when I'm looking for red flags, or if anybody else is out there, you're going to find them. There are a lot of red flags out there, but once you start looking for green flags, and I would say that's what really changed my life, is when I started looking for what could this work with this person, as opposed to why wouldn't it work. It was a complete paradigm shift for me. And that's whenever I met Donald. So
wait, let's talk a little bit more about green flags. So what kind of green flag is this? Like, this is I know there's so many books out there, right, on finding love and relationships and dating and creating your ideal wish list and your human being and all this. Some of it's malarkey, I would say, but some of it's good because you understand who you are and what you like and what you appreciate in a partner. But it's the malarkey part, I think, is when we turn it into some kind of like we're gaming how this goes about, right?
Right. But I did do that.
Green flags go. Oh, okay.
I did do the list, and
Okay.
I found someone that literally met, and this was a while ago, that everything on there, but I forgot to list honest. You have to be really careful with all those lists because you have to put a lot on it. And he was not honest; he was a liar. And then it takes a little while to figure that out. But once you do, okay, that is a dead stop red flag.
Yeah.
But what
And maybe should have been at the top of the list.
probably
instead
should
of
have been
whatever
at the
was at the
top.
top.
I mean,
Yeah.
it was on, sweet and you caring, loving. You can go all. I can't even remember the list now. It was so much long ago, but so the green flags are like, like Donald made me dinner. He made me dinner. He's not a cook, but he wanted to impress me, and so he came down to my apartment, and I was working, so he brought dinner down. He had made chicken parmesan with pasta, and he made this hand breaded. He did it.
Oh, wow.
He watched, I think, 3 or 4 videos, and then combined what he learned, and he cooked it up a little bit the way he liked it. And then he made it. He brought down a salad. He brought garlic bread. He brought a bottle of wine. It was all hot. He came in. It was in insulated containers. I mean, it was just like,
Oh my
the
gosh.
ever. And I just stood there and sobbed because nobody had ever done that. Okay, that's a green flag. When somebody will step out of their comfort zone and do something that they haven't done before, just because they want to please me. Holy crap! It was awesome. It was awesome. So green flags. Sometimes they were just little things, like I don't know, just like our sense of humor. What are his values? How did he get along with his mom? How did he get along with his family? All of those are green flags to me. And he had all green flags.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was good.
Well, and it also says to me like your view about it shifted too, right? Because there are some people that if he would have gone to all that trouble to learn to make all that food and to bring it to you, like, what does he want, right? By doing this, and there are people that would go down that rabbit hole.
I used to, as a matter of fact, Sean had done that for my son Sean. He just went out with this girl like once, and she got sick, and he made her chicken soup. And I said, Sean, that would have been like, oh wait, that's too much. What are you doing? But that's when I was looking for red flags. Yeah. And obviously it didn't work out with that girl. So maybe she was too. I don't know. Maybe who knows why that didn't work out. Yeah. It didn't. But just to look for green flags and to see the possibilities as opposed to the reasons things wouldn't work. It's really changed my whole life. Yeah. So
I have a philosophy, and I've said it in a number of interviews, not on the show, but when I'm interviewed by media, that I believe that every encounter that we have can be a possibility of a collaboration, of some kind of partnership, of some kind of creative endeavor, or just plain old what we can learn from somebody. Right?
I agree.
And it's going into any situation with a different perspective, maybe than just, oh, well, this is just another new person and I'll just have to say hi and be done with it. Right.
Yeah.
Where it's like, no, what can I learn? And also where can I help you? Right. Where can I be generous?
Yeah.
And
I completely agree with you.
Yeah. And it becomes life-changing for you, and you end up with way more opportunities and more abundance in your life when you look at things that way.
Yeah, that's true. Well, let me show you. There we go.
Yay!
We're together.
Yeah. And so you met, when did you meet? How many years ago?
It's about 3.5, almost 3.5 years ago. Yeah.
And you got married not that long ago.
It'll be 2 years in October.
2 years? Okay.
Yeah, in a couple weeks. Yeah, in Hawaii.
Yay!
With Diamond Head in the background. I brought that picture too because it was
so beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. That's a gorgeous picture of you guys. Yeah.
Thank you. We just did it by ourselves. It was, Donald's wife had passed away. So a second marriage for both of us. We're about the same age. We wanted our kids to be involved, but we wanted to get married without waiting till we could get everybody scheduled together.
Mhm.
So we just had a video link and everybody could watch it live.
Oh,
That was
nice.
really cool. Yeah, that was really cool. We could talk to them, give them a message afterwards. It was really fun.
Well, that's beautiful.
Yeah, it was
That
really
was you were nicer than Rick and I were when we went and got married in Tahiti by ourselves. 'Cause it just seemed well, his dad was sick and my mom doesn't travel because she's not well, and it just seemed like
yeah.
too much of a hassle by being able to invite part of one person's family and not the other. So we figured the easiest way was to just do it by ourselves.
Right.
But we didn't give anybody a link.
Oh, the link was awesome. Everybody
Yeah.
loved it. And we love it because we can watch it anytime we want. It's on YouTube, so that was,
Cool.
that was fun.
So if anybody wants to watch your wedding, where can they go?
You have to come to me and then I can send them the link.
Okay.
It's a private link,
Okay.
it's not
Mhm.
public on YouTube.
Okay.
So, yeah,
That's nice.
it was fun. It was fun.
So did you just celebrate a second anniversary or
It's coming up in October.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
and
17th.
how did it feel to get married again and commit to somebody later in life?
It's
You know?
awesome because
Yeah.
um, I was very young when I got married. The first time I was had just turned 18. So I really wasn't even grown up into the person that I was going to be. And I was just way too young. I know looking back now, I used to feel bad about that, but women didn't have much opportunity back in the 70s. I mean, we couldn't even have a credit card, for goodness sakes. Thank goodness Ruth Bader Ginsburg. um, you just didn't have the opportunities that you have now. And one of the issues for me was money. And I think I really needed to be to the point that I was more self-sufficient.
Mhm.
No, actually completely self-sufficient.
Yeah.
So that I'm able to support myself and that I'm able to be with him because I choose to be with him.
Yeah.
And looking back, that's a bit kind of ridiculous, but that is just the way I thought. It was a really huge issue. The first time I had to ask him to borrow $10 because I didn't have my any money in my wallet in the place we were needed cash. I said, "This is the hardest thing I've ever done. I think is ask you to borrow $10." He's like, "It's $10. You don't even have to borrow it. I'll just give it to you. Like, here you go." Like, oh. But I found that even it wasn't. It was just in the back of my mind because sometimes you hear stories about people getting married and they turn out to be not quite the person that you thought you
Yeah.
married. Donald is everybody has always told me that what you see is what you get with him, and um, I think that's the part that he and I are both the most happy with is there's no surprises. I've been completely upfront with who I am and my family and what's going on, and he same, and we just really enjoy each other's company and we enjoy each other's family, and it just like you said, it just expands everything that we have on the joy and the love, with the two families now. It's been great.
And there's something to be said for being your most authentic self with the person that you're in your primary relationship with, and that
Yes.
you love, right? And
Yes.
without having to feel like you have to hide something or you have to do this or you have to do that. And I've watched people do that, right? Where
Yeah.
somebody maybe has a spending habit their partner doesn't know about, right? And they're sneaking shoes or clothes into the house when the partner's not there, and
Yeah.
it's just like, wait, what?
What? I know.
I-
I'm too old
and,
for that.
you know,
I was never a fan of that anyways, but now I'm like,
yeah,
no. Just
yeah.
happy to we're just happy to be together,
Well, and having clear communication, right? Where you can say, okay, this may not be working for me, or the way that you said this hurt my feelings, and this is why. But without casting shame or blame on the other person, right?
One time
Owning
he
your
said
own
to me,
stuff.
he said, I I was our dogs were barking, and I was working right at this desk, and I'm right outside the window, and I could hear them barking and barking and barking. And I went downstairs to tell him to be quiet, and he was just standing there, and I was really upset about it because I thought, why is he just standing there? Why isn't he telling them to stop barking? And I have a look, and I'm trying to work. I still work on that, and the look was very condescending. And he came upstairs about 2 hours later and just said, um, I just want to talk to you about what happened out there. He said, you know, you, you know, I just want you to know that if you say to me, what works best for me is, would you mind having the dogs be quiet? Because I'm trying, I'm working. And just in a very nice, gentle way, just tell them what you want. Oh my gosh, novel idea, right? And I realized that I I was kind of treating him like a child because I really hadn't lived with anyone else since my kids. And it was a huge eye-opening experience for me. And we have gotten along perfectly ever since. Because I know I can talk to him, he can talk to me. He just told me he could have gotten mad. We could have a screaming match over that. But no, he was just so mature about it and just told me what he needed. And now we just talk about it and go from there. And the eye rolling and the face.
And how much of that eye rolling in the face thing do you think was learned behavior
Oh,
for you as a child? Yeah.
all of it. Because my mom had it, my sister has it, we all,
Yeah.
yeah, we do it.
Yeah. And
It's not helpful in any way. None.
no, but yet sometimes that becomes our default, right? And we don't even know that we're behaving in a specific way consciously.
I don't even know I do it sometimes.
Yeah.
So I just, I've asked him, just point it out to me if you see me doing that. Thankfully, it's slowed down or stopped.
And you're also like,
Growing up,
don't take it personally. This is my thing, right? I'm working on it.
Yeah. Just point it out so I realize it.
Yeah. And so when you guys got together and you're combining kind of extended family, right?
Mhm.
He has how many kids and you have how many kids and grandkids and
Yeah, I have two sons, Sean and Michael. Sean's married, fireman, down in Myrtle Beach, and Michael is here. He and Lindsay have two children. So Evie is 12 and Ethan is 10. Then Donald has two children, Andy, his son who lives here in Charlotte, and he's not married. But Donald's daughter lives in Raleigh and she's married. She has two children and they are 10 and 7. So it's nice for the kids to kind of blend together. They have fun.
So you have 4 grandkids?
4.
4. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, and then I also have the ones up in Eugene from Rwanda. They are my adopted grandchildren, and there's 3 of them up there. So I like to say Grandma Camp is international.
Nice.
Yeah.
So let's talk about Grandma Camp because
Okay.
You throw something called Grandma Camp, right? Which is what exactly happens at Grandma Camp and how long is it? And
Sure. I stole it from my girlfriend Gail. She's been doing it with her kids for years and years, and they did it all the way through high school. Which a lot of people say, "Oh, the kids will stop. It's so far." Well, we're still doing it. So when I moved up here, I would have the kids for a week. It was just my kids at that point, and Evie and Ethan, and they would come and stay with me for the whole week. And I always thought my job as a grandma is to introduce them to new things. So we would try new foods, go new places, try different sports, although that's getting harder because they do everything. They love Looney Tunes. They'd never seen Looney Tunes, we watch movies, we bake, we cook. We did fairy houses this year out of.
Oh, beautiful. Is that out of a mason jar?
It is. It's a spaghetti jar. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
With, polymer clay that had to be baked. And then I had gotten it, Amazon, you can get anything, the little doors, there's little lights. Evie even thought to paint behind there, and it's painted pink. So when the lights go on, it glows pink.
Wow.
Yeah. We do, this year, his, Donald's aunt, does abstract art. She wrote a book about abstract art. So we talked about abstract art, and then we did some, with, we call it pop-up camp for his kids. And so that was fun. We did that. We just always try to do something new.
Did you combine the camps this year with
No,
the kids, or no? Okay.
we don't.
And does Eugene's kids come to camp? Do they
No,
come
I
to
go to
camp?
them.
No. Oh, you go
go
to
to them.
Oregon?
Mhm.
Okay. So
Yeah,
explain who
no,
Eugene is.
they're in Toronto.
Oh, they're in Toronto. Okay.
Mhm.
All the better. International.
Yes.
Yeah. So explain who Eugene is for our listeners.
So Eugene, was brought, he was one of, 20, 50 men and 50 women that were brought into the Payson program at LaRoche College. And, they came from war-torn countries. So Eugene was, from Rwanda, and, he has since, he lived in Pittsburgh. He, went to school there. He's gotten advanced degrees. He now lives in Canada. So, he's married a woman from Rwanda. They have 3 beautiful children, 15, 13, and almost 2. Brinley will be 2.
Very little.
Yes. So we just have, I go up there for, when they have spring break, and I stay there for a week, and we do activities there. The kids, they always pick they like to cook. So they pick a country, and we find food from that country. This year we did Ireland. So it was right about, it was in March. So it was really close to St. Patrick's Day. We did corned beef and cabbage, and, shepherd's pie and different things like that.
Fun.
So yeah, so they picked the year before we did Greece, the year before we did baking, and they made cakes, and decorated them. It was beautiful. They have, so we just do lots of arts and crafts, and, movies, anything that can create memories and things that, that expand their world, and I don't know, just give us good memories to have.
Did you take them around on field trips at all to see anything in Toronto where they live, or have you done that where you live?
They didn't do very many movies, so I did take them to their very first movie. We saw a Paddington movie.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we go to, there's a place here called the Lazy Five Ranch, which has exotic animals, and we do a horseback or a horse-drawn carriage, wagon ride through there. The kids love that. That's a staple. We try to eat different foods. Like the kids hadn't had fortune cookies.
Okay.
And those are fun.
Yeah.
Fortune cookies are fun.
Did they want to learn to make them too?
No, we didn't go that far.
Okay.
But we're just always trying to find something. Yeah, any activities. This year was so hot. We did a lot of swimming. We did bowling. We had to do inside things because it was about 100 degrees here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. You said one of the grandchildren, maybe it's one of Eugene's kids, likes to bake and decorate cakes and things.
Yeah, both of them do.
Okay.
Yeah, they do great. So my kids, they like to bake too, but Evie and I have done some cakes together and decorated them for her birthday, things like that. So I always to do fun things with them.
You mentioned at the beginning of this that you studied hypnotherapy. What have you done with that?
Well, I haven't done much lately, but before that, I've had practice down in Myrtle Beach and in Murrells Inlet and Surfside. I had 2 offices down there, and when I moved up here, my dad died, and then we had COVID, so I just didn't do anything with it. I figured once I retired, I would kind of get more into that, and I'm definitely considering getting back.
And you just retired not that long ago.
I just did.
So you need to take a little break and come down from the
exactly.
And you spent your at least a lot of your career in the insurance industry, right?
Yes.
And
yes.
Why that?
Honestly, because I had graduated and I was divorced at that point, and my kids Michael had just turned 16, And I did not want him to have access to the whole house and a car for 8 hours a day plus if I was gone. So I started with Erie Insurance, and that was a job that I would be home a lot, writing estimates, doing, making phone calls, setting appointments, and then usually about 2 days a week out inspecting things. And it was kind of a random schedule. So he never, in the summer, he never knew if I was coming or going, which was great. And I excelled at that. So I just kept going, and I did flood adjusting. And then I worked with the Native Americans and the First Nations up in Canada. I worked for a company called Tribal First, and we insured their casinos and their entire reservations, basically. About 85% of them insured with us. So it was a very busy job. My blood pressure is a lot lower now that I'm.
Oh. Did you like that job? I mean,
I liked it. It wasn't, I know there are people that, get up in the morning. I think Sean is that way. My son, he's a fireman. He just loves it. He can't wait to get to work. He enjoys it. I enjoyed work. I loved working with the tribes. I loved helping people understand the process, which I think a lot of adjusters don't do that. I think a lot of adjusters they're very busy. Companies, they cut back. So you don't really have time to take with people. When the job that I had with Tribal First was more of a customer service person, where I was there to explain how it worked, what to do, what they needed to do to get things done, which I liked the best. That was the most helpful.
So you bring up a good point, right? Because the state of the insurance industry right now is a little bit crazy, right?
Yeah,
where
definitely.
they're dropping people from homeowners insurance that have been with a specific company for years and years and years.
Mm-hmm.
Or I have friends that they've come in and they have a 7-year-old roof on their house, and they're saying you have to replace your roof, even though it still has all these years on it.
Mm-hmm.
Or they're concerned pulling out of whole states because of hurricanes or fires or whatever.
Right. Yeah.
Right? And I feel like this is an industry that was created to help people and to protect people and their things. Right? And yet people don't feel, kind of like in the medical industry too right now, where they're not feeling as cared for. They're feeling like that there's just not a lot of love being extended to the end user, right?
Even fairness.
Yeah. Well, there's that too. Yeah.
Yeah. It's tough. And having worked for companies, seeing both sides of it, like having been a flood adjuster. So when people are screaming about FEMA and how they're not helping, that's one of my pet peeves.
Yeah.
FEMA is to come in and give you, I don't think it's $750 or $700 to start with. FEMA cannot pay one penny until your insurance is paid, because they're not to pay double pay. They don't ever want to take money back. Yeah. So when people say, "Oh, FEMA's not doing anything," yeah. If you have insurance, if you don't have insurance, they'll do all they can, which is I think $35,000. But if you do have insurance, you have to wait until your claim is paid. And then you have a settlement letter from your insurance company that you send into FEMA. They'll help you with the deductible and anything that is not covered. Even on the news, they say that all the time. And it's like, my head wants to explode.
There's a lack of education, right? About how systems fit together, how they work.
Yes.
And to use the same analogy, right? It's the same way with your insurance for health. People don't understand how a lot of that works either.
Yeah. That's true. It does need some education.
Yeah. So you retired this year or last year?
I retired last May.
Okay. Yeah. So you've had a whole year now and a few months to adjust. No pun on being an adjuster and adjusting, but
that's a good one.
Are you glad you retired? And
I am.
Do you have any free time at all? Because that's what I hear.
I don't know where people say, "What do you do?" Right? I guess I don't know. I was about all day yesterday. I am busy all day today. I always like to have a day or so that just nothing going on, but those don't come very often. But I like it. I really enjoy it. I do a lot of art now. Started watercolor, resin work. I mean, just anything I can think of. I have it set up so I have a little art area here in this bonus room, and I just love it. Just so much
So,
fun.
what I'm hearing from you is that it's super important to you to keep your brain active and
Mhm.
creativity right at the kind of forefront of your life, right?
Yeah, and I never really had as much time to do that. To have that be work was way more than an 8 hour a day job.
Mhm.
They told me one of the reasons I decided to retire is one of the men that worked above me said that whenever I quit, they would hire 2 people, but they wouldn't give me any help.
So
So
that tells you you're really, really efficient at your job,
yeah,
and
well, and I work over, and I don't get
yeah,
paid for it.
yeah,
So I just realized that probably wasn't the best for
yeah.
me. So and at that point, I was 65. So what the heck?
And a healthcare decision, like a
Yeah,
self care. I'm caring for me, and I'm not
yes.
going to do this. Yeah, go ahead, hire
Yeah.
2 people.
Because you're
'Cause-
sitting here at a desk, 8, 10 hours a day. That's not good for you.
Yeah,
That wasn't good for me. So,
no.
it's nice to be able to, have time to just relax, to read, to write, to journal.
Mhm.
Take the dog for a walk. All that fun stuff.
And is Donald retired too?
He's been retired. Yeah, he's been retired. I don't know, 8, 9 years. He owned 3 uh, oil change, quick oil change
Okay.
companies.
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, he sold those, and I don't think he ever looked back either. When he retired. He keeps very busy too. He's always doing something around the house, something around the yard, and he's a big Mets fan. So even turned our dog into one. My
Even
dog.
though, oh, how did the dog become a Mets fan? Does he
I don't
work?
know. It's crazy.
Does he dress
Have
him up?
no, she has a hat on. He put a Mets hat on her. I don't know where it is. But it was like, oh my gosh, how did my dog become a Mets fan? Even
Does the dog like wearing the hat?
she doesn't usually like wearing hats, but she was wearing it and was seemed very happy with it. So,
Oh,
anyways, yeah,
nice
it was
human
fun.
peer pressure there.
Yeah, he doesn't
Ha-
make his dogs wear them, but I never thought we'd have
oh,
3 dogs. But he had 2, and I had 1, so now we have a family of 3 outdoor dogs. So that's all.
okay. So you have more dogs than you do grandkids running around every day.
Way more.
But they act a lot like kids sometimes.
They are, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
So what kind of dogs are you?
There's 2 mutts.
Okay.
One's about 70 pounds, one's about 40 pounds, and then mine is a throwback Pomeranian. She's about 20.
That's
So,
good size for a palm.
yeah, she's a bigger girl.
Okay.
My sons have bigger dogs. One has boxers and one has English Mastiffs. So
Oh, a
she needed
lot
to be
bigger. Yeah.
bigger
Yeah.
and with the kids.
And do they like your little dog?
Yeah. And the
Okay.
kids love her. I mean, the
Yeah.
kids loved it. She's real soft and fluffy. So yeah.
And she doesn't mind being pawed by humans.
No, no, she loves it.
Nice.
She's not
That's good. She could be the dog for all the dogs in the household.
yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember watching? I don't know if you ever watched Dharma and Greg, but they had the dog Stinky, and then Stinky had a dog
I
that
don't
Dharma bought.
I
Okay.
don't remember that part of it. I do remember watching it a little bit, but not much.
Yeah. Because anytime Dharma said, "Oh, you have 2 dogs," and she's like, "No, I have Stinky, and Stinky has a dog."
That's funny.
I was like, "Oh, I could see that."
I like that.
Dogs need companions, just like people do.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. So, what other things in your life are you like passionate about? Do you love? Do you love doing?
Uh, well, I think for both of us, a family is most important. So, not just grandma camp, but we want to be there to support the kids if they're playing soccer, if they're acting, if they're, of course, all their birthdays. Donald's grandchildren live in Raleigh, so it's about 2 hours and 15 minutes away. Definitely want them to be coming here to stay for a weekend, we'll go pick them up, or, if their parents are going away, that's all obviously, top priority for us is, family.
Speaking of the family, you told me on a phone call last week that his mom is still alive,
Yeah,
right?
she
And that
just
she
100.
Yeah, that she still flies independently and comes to see you for if during hurricane season, right? Because she lives in
Yeah.
Florida.
Well, it takes some. It's all in the
Doing.
motivation.
Yeah.
She has to be motivated. So the motivation is she doesn't want to be in the hurricane. So they live in Sarasota. She lives with her with Donald's sister Kathy, and she's in great shape. I mean, her eyes are going, her vision, but man, that woman does bird dogs, and she does all kinds of exercises, and she walks in about a half a mile. She does use a walker when she walks outside, but
Mhm.
inside she needs nothing. She's just sharp as a tack. Yeah, amazing. So and that was another thing that I loved about Donald. He goes to see them always, about every 3 months, and
Okay.
and that's really important for his sister Kathy, because she likes to have him there, and he helps her with yard work, and they go do things together. Now I go down with them too, but and then he gets to see his mom. That endeared him to me so much that he would go down there every 3 months. I thought that was.
Is his sister single?
Mhm.
Okay, it's just her and the mom.
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
So so that was really special too. So we like to travel. We're going to the Old Edwards Inn in the Highlands in North Carolina next in about 2 weeks. We're we had to plan a trip to the beach. That's one of his favorite places. Obviously, he's been to Hawaii like 20 times or close to it over his lifetime.
Has he
And
been to all the major islands there?
yes,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
his dad used to go, and his dad would take him when he was little. So,
Oh, okay.
and he continued to go as an adult. He just
Because
loved
it's a long haul from the East Coast. I
it.
mean, from here, it's nothing for me to go. It's like 5 hours on a plane, no big deal.
Yeah,
But it's a whole day commitment to
definitely.
both directions from there.
But since
Yeah.
I still live in San Diego, we'll stop. And now my sister just moved back to San Diego with her family, so we'll whenever we go, we'll probably stop and stay a couple days, see some old friends and my sister, and then that makes it a little easier. And that's what's nice about being retired. You don't
Yeah.
have to worry about
You can actually live your life and do your dreams, and
uh,
yeah, and
yeah.
not have to worry about, or am I going to be back in time to make this next meeting?
Oh, yes. Ugh. But yeah, we both like to see movies. We like to go to comedy. Laughing is important. When you hear the figures about how much a child laughs, and I don't know the exact numbers
Mhm.
but it's a couple hundred times, and the average adult laughs like 14 times or some ridiculous number. No, we laugh all the time.
Good.
'Cause that's what happened. We play some cards together, play games.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's a good.
And sometimes it's the simple things, right, that mean the most to us. Yeah,
That's
like
true.
having those moments of connection, and as opposed to, I mean, I see so many people now, their families, like even if they're in the same physical space together, they're all on their devices and
Yeah.
ignoring each other, and there's not a lot of connection,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. We obviously don't use our phones no phones at the table, and um, but we each give each other enough space to, you know,
Yeah.
if he
To
was
do
on
your
the
things.
phone, I'm not going to say, I think you should get off the phone. I'm not his mother. I'm his wife.
Yeah.
We have clear boundaries about that. That we can do it. We can both do whatever we want during the day, and as long
Mhm.
as we end up most evenings together and have dinner and have a nice time.
Yeah.
Um, he continues to say when I go out, one of the things I've really started to like is thrifting. I don't know, it's just crazy. Garage sales, thrift stores, I just love it, and grab all kinds of cool little things. Um, But I'll be like, "Go ahead, go, stay out as long as you want, enjoy yourself," and
And he says, "'Cause I don't wanna go."
yeah, he doesn't
No.
wanna go.
Yeah.
But I always say, "You know what? You don't have to say that anymore." But I love that you do because
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Oh, I gotta get home, gotta do this." I don't stay out that long. I come home, I make dinner, whatever we're gonna do. Um, but I just love that,
Have
that
you had him recreate his chicken parm for you?
oh, he makes it he makes it all
Oh,
the
good.
time. He
Good.
makes enough that we freeze some, so we always have a couple extra meals, which is what
That's
I like to
awesome.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love to cook, but I always want extra because
Yeah.
some days you just don't have time to cook.
Yeah.
You're busy thrifting or making art
Yeah.
or playing with the grandchildren.
Yeah. I get that totally.
Yeah, it's
Do you have a favorite quote or song that mentions love that comes to mind at all?
Mhm. Well, uh, uh, there's a song. Let me now you just put me on the spot. So let me grab the name of it.
Okay.
It was on Schitt's Creek
Okay.
where I first heard it.
Love that show. That's a
I
hilarious show.
love that too. And
Good.
oh, we can still talk while I'm looking for it. Um, I just thought it was one of the best songs. He and David and his boyfriend at that time,
Mhm.
they are dancing in the barn to this song, and I'd never heard it before. And I was like, that song is amazing. Um, I do like "Drift Off to Dream in My Arms" by Travis Tritt too.
Okay.
Um, yeah. Oh, I just have too many songs. Um, yeah, I'm not sure.
We'll look it up and maybe put it in the comments. So
I will give you to it. Yes, you
yeah.
can put it in there because it is a
Yeah.
great song, and it was popular.
Well, and that show was amazing, not just because of its humor,
Yeah.
right? But it showed such a great example of people loving through imperfections,
Mhm. I
right?
watched it twice,
Yeah.
and I really enjoyed it more the second time because I was like, "Oh," and you could really appreciate the writing and
Yeah.
how it really set things up. That was a good show.
Yeah. It was really tightly written.
It was,
Yeah. Yeah.
and great cast, great
Yeah.
cast.
So if you are you planning at any point on writing an article or explaining how to set up grandma camp if anyone's interested?
Oh, maybe you should. I Everybody I talk to is really interested in grandma camp, that's
Yeah.
for sure. We do shirts, we do cat hats, when I have one that's purple and it just says grandma camp 2023 and it has just a different color of puffy
Mhm.
paint on it. And everybody's like, what is that? What is that? So yeah, I think more people should know more about grandma camp because some people it might be too much. Maybe you could do day camp. There's
Yeah.
no right or wrong. When
Or
I
there
was
could be a grandpa camp.
well, that's just it. I was when I was going up to Canada one year. I took an Uber, and this gentleman was riding me up, and he said, "Well, just conversation. Where are you going? What are you doing? What's your purpose of your trip?" And I said, "Oh, I'm going for grandma camp." And I tell him all these things we had planned because I plan a lot out
Mhm.
ahead of time. It's not so much now that they're older, but when they were little, you needed a lot of
Oh
activities
yeah.
backup. And it got us through COVID too, man. This was crazy time. So, and I was telling everybody, he goes, "Oh man, I'm going home and I'm doing pap camp in the backyard. We're gonna camp." And I'm like, I wish I'd have gotten his phone number because I wanted to hear more about it because it was
Yeah.
great. But yeah, so um, that would be that. Maybe I should do something like that. The other thing I did during COVID was dress up as the birthday fairy and took tons and tons of pictures all by myself, all dressed up with different props and cupcakes and flowers and balloons and then I send them. It got to the point where I was sending about 100 of these cards because people I'd send them to someone and they'd say, "Can you send that to my granddaughter or my grandson or my son or
Aw.
daughter?" And so I'm kind of cutting back on those, but that was so much fun. So much fun.
And you didn't start like a YouTube channel or put them on TikTok or something?
No, no, I literally just mailed them out, to to people, and I had, like if it was kids, I'd have somewhere I'm holding up a 1 or a 2 or a 3. So if it was their birthday and their 3rd birthday, then I could send a picture with the birthday fairy holding up, 3 fingers. There were some that I got these little plates that said, all you need is love and cupcakes. And
Cute.
those are perfect. So the birthday fairy's holding that. I have some, I turned my dog Sophia into Sophifi. And she had wings too. I had wings, Tara. Yeah. All inspired by 2 pictures that I got out of the Sunday, the Sunday paper used to have the magazine in it, Parade. And so I just had 2 pictures of these little girls dressed up as fairies and for their birthday. And I had them on my refrigerator, and through all my moves, I still have them. And they just, it was, what are you doing during COVID? There was nothing to do. So I just started that. So that's been going on for more than 5 years. And
wow,
that was fun. I send out, there's no bra day in October.
okay.
I send out cards to my friends with pictures. I think I have a picture right here, actually. Yeah, that's what I sent.
Just for Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Yeah, life is better without a bra.
Yeah, nice.
So I sent them to people. People didn't even know that it was a thing. They thought I was just joking. They're like, no, it's a day. It's a national day.
And it's for a cause. I mean, it's
for a cause, yeah, for breast cancer awareness. So, I don't know. I'm definitely not normal.
I love the creative energy. It's awesome. I think you just gave so many people some ideas about things they can do too.
Oh, I hope so.
So would you be opposed to people reaching out to you on social media or somewhere if they want to talk to you about ideas they have or get ideas how to do any of these things?
And that'd be awesome. No, I would love it.
So what's the best platform for them to reach out to you?
I guess I am on Instagram and I'm on Facebook. And
what's your name on there?
Do you want to do the links?
I can put the links in there. Yeah, in the comments.
Yeah. Or my email is katie325@yahoo.com. That's always a good one too.
Okay. KAT. Sorry.
KATIE325@yahoo.
Okay.
I haven't looked on Facebook for so long. I mean, I go on Facebook, but I don't know. I don't even know let's see what my name is under there. I don't think I ever changed it because it's almost impossible to change.
Yeah, it is on Facebook.
It's crazy.
Name. Yeah.
Yeah. It just didn't work out. Oh, there it is.
So we'll put those links in the comments. Thank you.
Yeah, I will do that. And I don't even know what my profile says. Edit profile. Maybe it's there. We'll figure it out.
We'll put those in there. Yeah.
That'd be fun. But yeah, lots of fun things to do. I'd love to hear too if anybody does it.
Yeah, that would be wonderful.
Yeah.
I'd love to hear about that too. Do you make the t-shirts and the hats with the kids when they get there the first day, or are they already made?
No, they make them.
Okay.
Which is another activity, and they love it. I just buy big t-shirts from Michael's, and they mostly sleep in them. These aren't. One year we did pillowcases even because
nice. Of course, you don't want your cheek against puffy paint too much, I don't think. But
we didn't use the puffy paint on those ones. We just used the fabric markers. You can buy fabric markers.
Yeah.
But I try to have a bunch of different things for them. Fabric paint, they can paint with brushes. I kind of go way overboard. But I like it.
We used to do that with my grandmother on Christmas. She would have a tablecloth, and at the end of the meal, everybody would grab fabric markers and write something with the date on it on the tablecloth to remember for the year.
I remember you telling me that.
Yeah. And so my mom has that now that my grandmother's passed the tablecloth.
Oh, yeah. That's really a cool idea. I mean,
so it becomes a family heirloom. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for your time and for being on my show today. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I've had a great time.
Oh, thank you. Cool.